323 BC. Babylon. Alexander the Great is 32 years old. He has conquered more of the known world than any man in history. Persia. Egypt. India's western frontier. An empire stretching 4,000 miles from Greece to the Himalayas. And then, he does not die. The fever breaks. Alexander opens his eyes on the morning his generals had already begun planning his funeral. He looks at the ceiling of his palace in Babylon and asks for water. History pivots on this single morning. The plan that almost died with him. Alexander had a plan. His generals knew pieces of it: a naval expedition around Arabia. A campaign into the western Mediterranean. Carthage. Rome. The lands beyond. In our timeline, those plans died in Babylon with him. In this timeline, he recovers. Spends 3 months rebuilding his strength. And in the spring of 322 BC, he calls his commanders together in Babylon. The empire is not finished. It has barely started. Arabia falls first. Alexander's fleet moves south along the Persian Gulf. 150 warships. 20,000 soldiers. Arabia in 322 BC has no unified power that can stop a Macedonian army at full strength. The coastal trading cities fall within months. Petra. The frankincense routes. The ports that connect the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean. Alexander does not just conquer Arabia. He understands it. He builds a new city on the Red Sea, Alexandria, Arabia, and immediately redirects the entire spice trade through Macedonian hands. In 12 months, his treasury has doubled. Carthage. Rome and Carthage are the two great powers of the western Mediterranean in 322 BC. Both watching Alexander's empire from a careful distance. Both calculating. Alexander's fleet crosses from Egypt. His army marches through Libya along the coast. Carthage has an empire of its own: Spain, North Africa, Sicily, Sardinia. Its navy is one of the most powerful in the ancient world. The Battle of the Tunisian coast lasts 2 days. Alexander has spent 20 years fighting armies that outnumbered him. He has never lost a major engagement. The Carthaginian commanders are skilled, but they have never faced anything like a Macedonian combined assault. Cavalry that does not stop. Infantry that does not break. A commander who personally leads from the front and changes tactics in real time. Carthage falls in 319 BC.
Here is where history gets complicated. Rome in 319 BC is not the Rome of Caesar. It is not yet an empire. It is a republic, aggressive, expanding, but still fighting its neighbors in central Italy. Still building. Alexander crosses into Sicily. His scouts reach southern Italy. The Roman Senate debates what to do. Some senators want to negotiate, send ambassadors, offer alliance. Others understand what is happening. Alexander does not make allies. He makes subjects. The Roman legions march south to meet him. The battle happens outside of Naples, in 317 BC. Roman legions against Macedonian phalanx. Two military systems that never met in our timeline. It is closer than anyone expects. Roman discipline against Macedonian depth. The legions hold for 6 hours. Then Alexander's cavalry hits the flank. The same move he used at Gaugamela. The same move he has used 100 times. The Roman line breaks. Rome does not fall, it bends. Alexander does not destroy Rome. This is his genius, and his pattern. He absorbed Persia. He adopted Egyptian religion. He married a Bactrian princess. He understands that you cannot govern a world empire with a Macedonian army alone. Rome is allowed to keep its senate, its laws, its culture. But Rome now pays tribute to Babylon. Roman legions now fight under Macedonian command. Rome's enormous administrative talent, the thing that will eventually build an empire of its own in our timeline, is now working for Alexander. It is the most consequential alliance in history. West and East. By 312 BC, 20 years after he should have died in Babylon, Alexander controls everything from Greece to the Indus River, North Africa, Spain, the Arabian Peninsula, southern Italy. He turns east again. The Indian kingdoms beyond his old frontier. The Maurya Empire is forming. Chandragupta is consolidating power in the Ganges Valley. Alexander sends ambassadors first. He has learned patience. The negotiations fail. His army crosses the Indus in 309 BC. The same soldiers who had refused to go further 20 years earlier, their sons now march east. A new generation, born into an empire, knowing nothing else. The campaign takes 4 years. It is the hardest fighting of Alexander's life. Jungle, monsoon, elephants in numbers he has never faced before. But Alexander is still Alexander. By 305 BC, the Maurya frontier has broken.
Stop and look at what exists by 300 BC. One empire, from Spain to the edge of China's western frontier, connecting the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean to the overland routes toward the Pacific. No Punic Wars. Carthage was absorbed, not destroyed. No Roman Empire rising to fill a vacuum. Rome is a powerful province, not an independent power. No fragmented Hellenistic kingdoms fighting each other, because Alexander lived to hold them together. Trade moves freely across a world that in our timeline would be separated by wars for 500 more years. Greek science, Persian administration, Indian mathematics, Egyptian engineering, all of it flowing into the same cities, the same libraries. Alexandria in Egypt, which in our timeline became the greatest library in the ancient world, is now one of dozens. Babylon, Persepolis, Carthage, Rome, all connected. The problem nobody expected. Alexander is still one man. He is 53 years old in 300 BC. Brilliant, experienced, irreplaceable. His sons are not him. His generals are not him. The empire works because he is the center of it. The one man every satrap, every general, every king fears and respects simultaneously. When he finally dies in 297 BC, this time from a wound taken in a minor skirmish near the Caspian Sea, there is nobody who can hold it together. The empire does not collapse immediately. It fractures slowly, province by province, general by general. But even fractured, it is something the world has never seen before. The roads Alexander built still carry trade. The cities Alexander founded still mix Greek and Persian and Egyptian culture. The connections he forced into existence, between the Mediterranean and India, between the East and the West, those do not break. The world of 200 BC looks nothing like the world we know. No dark ages, no centuries of isolated civilizations developing separately, no Silk Road built slowly by merchants, because Alexander already built the roads. One man refused to die on a morning in Babylon, and the world never recovered from what he did next. What do you think? Would Alexander's world empire have been better, or worse than what we actually got? Drop your answer below. Next scenario. What if the Roman Empire never fell? That one is coming. Subscribe so you don't miss it.